Okay, let's start with a little thought experiment. I've got a question for you, a simple choice. Let's see what you do. So what did you pick? Pretty easy, right? I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. You wait 1 extra day for 10 extra bucks? Of course, sign me up. When it's all so far in the future, that extra 24 hours feels like absolutely nothing. All right, let's try this again. What about now? $100 in your hand right this second, or $110 tomorrow? See? All of a sudden, it's not so simple. You can feel that pull, can't you? That powerful urge for the immediate cash. It's the exact same trade-off, one day for $10, but wow, does it feel completely different.
That little internal battle you just experienced, that's not a moral failing. It's not you being bad with money. Nope. That's your brain running on ancient survival software that is just completely out of date for the modern world. It's a cognitive glitch called hyperbolic discounting, and once you learn to see it, trust me, you are going to see it everywhere.
So what in the world is happening inside our skulls to make us so irrational? Let's peel back the layers on this thing. So here's the official term for it. Basically, it's a fancy way of saying that our brains are programmed to go absolutely wild for rewards we can get right now, while dramatically undervaluing rewards in the future. But the real key is that second part. It leads to inconsistent choices. You know how it is. Sunday night you makes all these ambitious, rational plans for the week. But Monday morning you, yeah, he has very different ideas.
And this is a fantastic way to picture why. Think about time as a long road stretching out ahead of you. The gap between today and tomorrow, in your mind's eye, it feels like this massive, gaping canyon you have to somehow leap across. But the gap between day 365 and day 366, it's just a tiny crack in the pavement, way off in the distance. It's the same 24 hours, but our brain's perception of it is totally warped.
Okay, so this isn't just some fun little brain teaser. This mental glitch has a huge impact on our lives in ways we rarely even notice. Let's start with a classic marshmallow test. You know it, right? 1 marshmallow now, or 2 if you can just wait 15 minutes. Well, it turns out the kids who managed to wait weren't just willpower superheroes. More recent research suggests they were actually doing something very clever. They were making their future selves feel real. They found a way to bridge that psychological canyon, making the future reward feel like it was for someone they actually knew and cared about. And what about in the adult world? Oh, just look in your wallet. Credit cards are basically hyperbolic discounting weaponized and sold to you as a convenience. They perfectly separate the immediate pleasure of buying something from the distant, abstract pain of paying for it. Your brain just registers, free stuff now. The result? This number. Over $6,500. That's the average credit card debt for an American carrying a balance. That's a lot of now to pay for later. And this glitch in our thinking scales up from our wallets to, well, the entire planet. Studies have shown we are far more willing to donate to save one specific child we can see suffering right now than to fund an abstract policy that might save thousands in the future. That immediate emotional reward of, I helped, feels so much better to our brain. And, this is the exact same broken logic that makes it so painfully difficult for us as a species to tackle massive, slow-moving problems like climate change. The future just doesn't feel urgent enough. So we see it everywhere. But what's the actual, tangible price we pay for constantly giving in to the temptation of the present moment?
Well, it really damages the 3 most important pillars of a good life: our health, choosing the tiny pleasure of a cigarette now over decades of good health later; our wealth, chasing the instant gratification of spending over the life-changing power of compound interest; and even our relationships, choosing the temporary comfort of avoiding a difficult conversation today, guaranteeing a bigger problem for tomorrow. Now get ready for this, because the neuroscience behind why this is so powerful is just wild. Brain imaging studies have found that when you think about your future self, the parts of your brain that light up are the exact same parts that activate when you think about a complete stranger. Let that sink in. To your brain, future you is literally somebody else. So when you decide to spend instead of save, you don't feel like you're hurting yourself. You feel like you're taking from some random person you'll never meet. And hey, who cares about that guy, right?
Okay, I know this all sounds pretty bleak, like we're hardwired to make bad choices. But here is the really good news. You can't just delete this ancient software from your brain, but you can absolutely build systems to outsmart it. So let's get practical. Here's your toolkit. 4 powerful strategies. Number 1, pre-commitment. This is huge. Automate good decisions. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account. Schedule your workouts for the next month.
Make the choice once so your impulsive, present self doesn't get a vote. 2. Temptation bundling. This one's actually fun. Pair something you love with something you should do. For example, only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast while you're exercising. 3. Add friction. Make bad choices harder and good choices easier. Delete the food delivery apps from your phone. Put the junk food on the highest shelf. And finally, number 4. Make friends with that stranger. Seriously, visualize your future self. Write them a letter. Find one of those apps that ages your photo. Do whatever it takes to make future you a real person your brain actually wants to help.
So you see, this whole battle isn't about having more willpower. You can't win a head-to-head fight against millions of years of evolution. The trick is to stop fighting your brain and start acting like an architect. Design your environment. Build a life where the easy choice is also the wise choice. A life where what you want now is finally aligned with what's best for you later.
Ultimately, the person you become tomorrow is being built by the tiny design decisions you make today. Every choice is a negotiation between the you of this moment and the you of the future. So I'll leave you with this question. What is one small choice you can redesign right now to give your future self a fighting chance? Don't just think about it, design it. Because simply knowing this bias exists doesn't fix it. But building your world around it, that changes everything.
If you learned something new today, please give this video a like. And to watch more videos like this every week, please subscribe to Thinking Mind channel.